What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen that title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. You got it right here. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch just did the right thing. She denied Mayor Mamdani's wife, Rama, a security detail for her private trip to Syria and Lebanon. Two countries with high terror threat levels. Obviously, a lot of people do know, a lot of people don't, but it's somewhere that obviously they're wanting, or Zohran is wanting, NYPD's police security detail for his wife. Says Mamdani has spent years basically talking crazy about NYPD. Now he expects all the officers to be security for his wife. Pretty wild, right? Got it right here. This is Fox News. Check it out.
All the people, all the smiles, basking in his socialist glory, and the media profiles, oh my gosh, they were sickening. But now reality is setting in. First, a judge blocking his pied-à-terre tax, and now Mamdani is getting humiliated by the NYPD. He reportedly said his wife would have taxpayer-funded police protection when she traveled to Syria and Lebanon to visit family, but the NYPD said no, given that both countries are on the State Department's level 4 do not travel list.
I'm not going to have my members go over there. What am I going to do? Gear them up, 6 detectives with SWAT gear, and run over to Syria? Yeah. That's not what we're going to do here.
God, I love him. All right, well, Mamdani, he got the message.
There was a miscommunication. She hasn't yet taken this trip, and when she takes this trip, it will be without any NYPD detail.
Oh, it was just a miscommunication. Elites will always, always demand special treatment for their friends and their family, and of course themselves, and they'll toss you the crumbs. Here to discuss is Bruce Blakeman, New York gubernatorial candidate and Nassau County exec. Bruce, do you buy that for 1 minute, that it was just a miscommunication? This is like COVID, when Gavin Newsom was, out at the French Laundry and Pelosi was getting her hair done, everyone else were locked down. It's the same deal every time.
Well, Zohran Mamdani only lies when his mouth is moving. He lied about free bus fares. Instead, commuters got an increase in their bus fares. He lies about a lot of different things. And look, I have no problem with the police protecting elected officials and their families. But you have to ask yourself, why is she going to two places that are filled with terrorists and putting our police officers in harm's way?
So not only that, but you literally have him talking crazy about NYPD that I find completely insane. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like I talked about this before with Mayor Brandon Johnson. Talking about it with Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson, has done the same thing. Now the difference is that you have Zohran Mamdani. That's, in my opinion, I feel like that'll be a talk for another day, comparing the two. But seeing this, I truly feel as if things are definitely, I could say, worse with Zohran Mamdani. I know it's probably sound bad because Chicago is, but it's hard to say that too. We're just gonna say both of them are. But the difference between that is that his wife is wanting, him and his wife has won this security detail, and he's done nothing but talk crazy about NYPD, attack NYPD, and that's not right to do.
What's the purpose of the visit? I guess she is comfortable with terrorists because that's why there's a do not travel from the State Department, because these places are dangerous.
Exactly.
But maybe not to her.
And people don't find that odd. I mean, honestly, like, think about that. You have the mayor of New York City, and he has his wife. Mind you, his wife has been a lot of things. I'm sure y'all seen the post. I'm sure y'all seen the things that I posted about, Zohran Mamdani's wife and what, her post. But then you're going to these two places. I find it extremely odd. I truly do. I don't know about y'all, but that's very odd to me.
And he's standing by his outrageous pied-à-terre tax. Watch this.
We continue to be confident in the importance of a tax on secondary homes worth more than $5 million, in the necessity of the $500 million it would raise towards making sure that our streets are safer, making sure that our schools are stronger, that our city is more affordable.
Bruce, if New York City gets the ruling, it's a temporary ruling, overturned, the wealthy, I mean, we're already seeing a big exodus from New York, but they're going to leave. I guess that's okay with them. I mean, they're ready for New York to just hollow out. I mean, I don't really get the end game here.
Well, it's not okay with me because these high net worth individuals, they contribute to the economy. They create economic activity, they create jobs, and they pay taxes. In just 4 years under Kathy Hochul and Zohran Mamdani, New York State has lost $11 billion in tax revenue from people who are high net worth individuals and corporations that have left our state. And who really gets hurt? The middle class, they have to pick up the tax burden, and the carpenter, the electrician, the plumber, the waiter, the waitress, the bartender, the dog walker, the florist shop, the dry cleaners, they all get hurt because they lose all that business. It's a terrible policy. It's a stupid policy, and it's class warfare. That's really what Zohran Mamdani is all about. He is the most divisive mayor that we've ever had in the city of New York, and Kathy is his willing participant in destroying the economy of our city and our state.
Exactly. And that's truly what, what you're having is an individual that truly doesn't care about what's going on in New York City at all. And then to be, and to give these promises and, to make it seem like everything is fine, it's truly not. Then on top of that, you got your wife that is traveling to, obviously, I'm pretty sure two level four do not travel countries. And that should tell y'all everything. It should definitely tell y'all everything. That's not something that I find okay. People shouldn't find it okay. It's definitely wild to me. You have it right here. As President Trump says, a massive group of New York police officers just officially booed Mayor Zohran Mamdani and Kathy Hochul the second their names were brought up. Again, as New York police officers.
Hochul and Mayor Mamdani.
Turn it up.
We're against securing our border. They were against our massive tax cuts. Hochul and Mayor.
Telling y'all, getting booed just like that. And when you bring off and come off, like that, and you're honestly saying different things and being a certain way, when you're doing these things, it truly goes to show you. It truly goes to show you a lot. And that's exactly why, these police officers don't have any type of respect for, the governor or the mayor at all. And it truly shows. You have right here this Wisconsin Democrat socialist, Francisca Hong, suggests that people who aren't supporting socialists like her and Zohran Mamdani are, making it seem like this is a race thing more than anything. Me personally, it's not. It's a right or wrong. I've always told people that it's a right or wrong, and they're clearly in the wrong with the things they do.
And let's just be blunt. What is it about you, Abdul El-Sayed, Mamdani, even though you all are crushing it in the polls, that makes you an anathema to the current Democratic leadership and its donors?
Well, first of all, look at what happened when you're out here parading Liz Cheney during a campaign. And of course, Mayor Mamdani and Dr. Syed and I just all happen to be people of color.
Oh,
and
I didn't notice.
They said this about Mandela too. And the electability argument is so tired. And but I know that the expectation.
Let me tell y'all something. About this. I feel that any time, and they know that they're in the wrong, but I feel like every time they're in the wrong about something clearly isn't, the right move, the right way, when something is not, obviously together, it's always bring up race. This is not something, and I know I talk about this all the time, but it's like that's their main objective, to come back and say, oh, okay, well, yeah, we gonna claim and say, oh, this got something to do with race. And that's what makes it like annoying, because it's like you don't have anything else to say but that. You truly don't have anything else to say but that, and it truly goes to show y'all a lot. I'm telling y'all. You have right here, Mayor Mamdani just, exposed himself as a scammer to every New York City resident, in his universal child care. Says child care will cost nearly double what he has promised. This means he has to steal more taxes away from New Yorkers at lower income levels to ever pay for it. Let's check it out.
About the mayor of New York City, which could be a mayor coming your way. Independent estimate is $9 billion a year for universal child care. Guess what he said it was? Going to be $5 to $6 billion a year. So it's 40% more than he thought.
The key word here, folks, is estimate. Okay, remember the runaway train, train to nowhere in California? I think it's somewhere like 10, 20, 30 times overestimate, and they've got enough track to go from me to you. I mean, so these numbers are scary. This is an estimate. To your point, it was almost half of that just a few months ago.
This is never going to happen. The free buses, people are getting on the bus and they're not paying because they think it started already. The MTA can't afford not to charge. Independent estimate, $1.1 billion. It would bankrupt the system. Don't expect the free buses.
It would be a boondoggle anyway. It would just be an absolute unmitigated nightmare. And again, know what this whole thing is, Brian? Systems are created, right? Capitalism builds wealth. It builds systems. And socialism, communism, it's a parasite. It's a parasite that has to exist on top of capitalism.
He's got to fail for people to realize this. City-run grocery store, $70 million. He's going to start about 5. They're going to be epic fails. That's my prediction. But what's coming up on making money at 2 o'clock?
Today is huge.
So y'all got it right here. It obviously shows y'all so much, when it comes down to Zohran Mamdani and the things that, he's about, what he's doing. And it just makes me, it makes you sick. It makes me sick that you have so many people that still to this day that is supporting him. One thing about it, they're doing it to themselves. It's just sad that you have a lot of other residents who truly don't care, when it comes down to Zohran Mamdani and the things that he's doing. You have right here this Nick Shirley basically put out a video exposing a lot, between the governor and the mayor. Let's check it out.
This might be a bit shocking. Remember when I went and exposed the adult daycare scam inside of New York City? These adult daycares were billing for an impossible amount of patients inside of Flushing, Queens for adult daycares. For instance, this guy right here operated an adult daycare that received $44 million of your taxpayer dollars. I exposed it plain and simple, and Governor Hochul and Mayor Mamdani absolutely went completely silent. And it's super funny because when I exposed the daycare fraud in Minnesota, then New York City gave $4.5 billion to 2-year-olds, and I said, why are you guys doing that? They said, well, this initiative extends money to 2-year-olds, but intellectually you may be eligible. Governor Hochul started beef with me, and I was like, well, I'm going to finish it. Well, now it turns out that Governor Hochul is receiving donations from these adult daycare scammers in New York City.
Living Well received $8.6 million in 2025, and on their peak day of business, they billed the state for 406 beneficiaries. My name's Nick Shirley.
No, it's only on your survey. Well,
you want to know what's funny out of this? Every time they hear Nick Shirley's name, they don't want nothing to do with it. They walk away, slam the door, close the door. They already know. They already know they caught. As soon as you see them close the door, they say, "Oh no, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Get on with yourself. Get away from me." As soon as they do that, you already know they caught. As soon as they hear, I'm telling you, I'm Nick Shirley. That's all you guys. I'm Nick Shirley. I'm Nick Shirley. I'm telling y'all, at this point, people might as well just start going to business. They think they got something to do with. Oh yeah, I'm Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley. Just say Nick Shirley. As soon as they close that door, anything like that, you already know they got something to do. It's something going on. It's something going on. If they slam that door, they get fighting mad and they ready to say this right. Y'all got to know something going on.
Over $55,000 from these adult daycares in New York City. Yes, this guy right here has been actively donating to Kathy Hochul. So the reason why these politicians get so mad at me when I expose the fraud is because I'm exposing the very dollars that benefit them in their political agendas inside of their own state. These politicians have learned that fraud is the best way to gain control of a large group of a population, because why would a group in a community cut off the hand that feeds them? And more specifically, why would any community ever vote against somebody who is giving them money no matter what? We have so much money here inside the United States that we are able to hand out millions upon millions of dollars and no one will even notice. And now that somebody's looking and these politicians are being exposed, they're all freaking out, and Kathy Hochul is one of them.
Y'all got it right there. I'm telling y'all, it's all right there. You have it right here. People chanting and shouting, "Remove Mamdani." They want to remove. And you truly have multiple, New Yorkers that want, Mamdani removed. You have a lot of New Yorkers that support him. Most of those New Yorkers, obviously, We already know. But there's a lot of others that's, obviously it's just sad. It's sad that you have in general that you have this going on. They want ID for certain things. They don't want ID for these things, and it truly just bothers me a lot. And then anytime that you go against it and you say, oh, that's not right, when you do it this way, oh, they want to bring up racism. It always goes. It always goes that way, and it's truly sickening that they continue to do this. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think down below. Hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. You already know what's going down. Catch y'all next one.